Hello everybody, welcome back to Planet X News. It is July 30th, 2019. And ladies and gentlemen, in this video, we're going to be discussing an 84-degree temperature near the Arctic Ocean and also the rise in carbon dioxide, the highest levels ever recorded in human history. Now, folks, we're going to take a little jaunt back in time to May 11th, 2019. In a city in Russia, right along the White Sea, they had a recorded temperature of 84 degrees. On top of all of that, we're now seeing carbon dioxide levels skyrocketing. Greenland's ice melt has actually gone up considerably over the last couple of years. Some scientists are stating that the Earth is cooling. Other scientists are saying that the Earth is warming. But all of the data is showing that the Earth is heating up, and heating up drastically and very rapidly. Temperatures in Alaska, recorded temperatures, documented evidence is showing that areas of Alaska near the North Pole are heating up extensively. And this is very, very alarming because this goes into what I've talked about many, many times, and that is the ice melt in the Arctic. As you can see on the map in front of you from October 17th through September 2018, you can see the temperature rise along the northern tier of Alaska. On top of all of that, on May 11th, 2019, carbon dioxide levels reached an all-time historic level of 415 parts per million. That is absolutely unheard of, and again, it was a historic record never before seen by scientists. Now we move into the globe, the Earth, and as you can see over the next couple of maps of the Earth that will be streaming across your screen, you will see the areas that are in deep red and the magenta purple. Those are areas that are very, very warm, increased heat, ocean temperatures reaching almost 90 degrees Fahrenheit. And you ask yourself, how is this happening? Why is this happening? Well, we'll go over that shortly. NASA and NOAA have been monitoring these temperatures and this ice melt in the northern hemisphere and specifically the Arctic. They've been monitoring this for some time. I have mentioned many, many times over the last couple of years that the ice melt in the Arctic was very, very critical, and still scientists do not have the answer. And if they do have the answer, they are certainly not telling us the complete truth. As you see these maps scrolling across your screen, this is satellite data that measures the Earth's temperatures and the fluctuations from a period of time. You can clearly see, going back 50 years, how cool the Earth was. And then, as time has progressed, you can see the heating up of our planet. What is the major cause? How does this happen? Well, many scientists will debate back and forth, and they will all point to man and the Industrial Revolution. However, there are many, many other factors that aren't being talked about. And here on Planet X News, we discuss those issues. We have discovered what the root cause is for this ice melt and this global warming. As you can see in the illustration on your screen now, this is ice melt in the North Pole. This will show you how old ice, very ancient ice, has now melted away. It is being replaced by newer, younger ice as the season changes. However, that newer and younger ice is very, very thin. Therefore, it melts at a much more rapid pace as the season changes back from spring into summer and then into fall. Not too long ago, NASA launched a satellite called ISAT. And this satellite has a laser beam that shoots down into the ice, and it's able to measure the thickness of this ice. This is how they have been detecting this loss of ice in the Arctic. And ladies and gentlemen, this is very, very critical. Some of these scientists do say that this would increase our ocean levels worldwide. But there are many, many other factors, like disturbances and major fluctuations in our jet stream in the northern hemisphere. And you all know, and you've all heard me talk about our jet stream and how erratic it has been over the last couple of years. This year, in 2019, has been, well, let's just say, the most erratic that I've ever seen. It's no longer a continuous jet stream around the world. It is completely broken up, and the same applies for the southern hemisphere, the Antarctic. There are portions of the Antarctic that are showing increased ice production. However, there are parts of the Antarctic where large shelves of ice are literally breaking up. Some of them are the size of Texas. That is a huge chunk of ice. So we now go back to the $10 million question. So what is causing this? Why is this happening? Well, folks, we've gone over this many, many times before. The radiation coming from the sun impacting the earth is at very, very high levels. As you could see the graph on your screen, we're monitoring electrons, the electron flux hitting the earth, penetrating the earth. Over the course of the last 4 years, we've made some of the biggest captures, the biggest finds, the biggest observational evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that our inner solar system has been invaded by at least one very, very large object and possibly a few smaller ones. These stellar cores, Planet X objects, if you want to call them that, they are very large, much, much bigger than the Earth, one of which is larger than the planet Jupiter. There is evidence that we have seen and we are detecting that this object, probably the main object, the largest one, is emitting very high levels of radiation, close to or similar to what the sun puts out. Now, all of a sudden, over the last 3 years, all of these statistics that deal with global warming have all skyrocketed in a very, very short amount of time? What is the root cause? As I've stated before, science, scientists, governments, well, they're not going to give us the real, true answers. How does the Earth heat up that fast? Well, all of the Earth's heat comes from the sun. Radiation levels have been skyrocketing over the last 3 years. Is all of this radiation coming from the sun? Or is there another factor? I think over the last couple of years we've proven beyond any doubt that these visitors in our inner solar system, well, they're here to stay. Earliest detection goes back to approximately 2007. Here we are in 2019, and we are now seeing and feeling the effects of this object. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, the awakening is truly now. This is Scott from Planet X News. Thank you for watching.